Welcome to episode 12 of Am I the Arsehole, but in a Christian's perspective. So we're starting off with today's stories. There's only three of them, obviously. Am I the arsehole for not comforting my boyfriend after he didn't like my cooking? This sounds pretty interesting, so let's jump straight into it. Earlier in the day, I told my boyfriend that I was going to make mapo tofu. Never heard of that dish in my life, but anyway, a dish he's never heard of, never heard of before. So there was a misspelling there. It is one. It is one I like a lot. He told me he's never had tofu before, so I was excited for him to try it. Since we have different cultures and different tastes, I told him ahead of time that if he didn't end up liking it, he can order out. Not that it matters much, but he's white and I'm Asian. I myself like tofu, so I don't I don't know many people that do. But anyway, when I was making the food, he comes into the kitchen and tells me Taco Bell seems nice right now. That seems like a really asshole thing to say, but anyway. To which I tell him I want him to at least eat some of the food I'm making. When I actually made the food, he seemed sure that he wasn't going to like it as he told me. I'll just try a bite of your bowl. And I responded, why don't you just get a bowl for yourself? And he responds with, I told you, I told you I don't really eat tofu. Sorry, there was another misspelling. Anyway, I was confused because I thought he told me he's never tried it before. When he took a bite, he said it's good. I just don't like the texture of tofu. That's understandable. Not many people would, but anyway. So I ate my bowl by myself while he prepared the dog's food. When I'm about to clean up, he asked me, are you mad I didn't like it? I said, no, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I made this for us. He said, at least I tried it. You're making me feel bad. Fine, I'll just eat it. I was thrown aback because I don't want him to feel forced to eat something he doesn't like. So I responded with, no, it's fine. You can get Taco Bell. I'll just pack this for my sister and I's lunch. He then said, I'll just eat it. You're making me feel guilty. To which I just shrugged. We then got into a long argument with him, saying he expected me to comfort him when he expressed himself feeling guilty after the way I acted, my tone of voice, etc. He said he felt like I was guilt tripping him. I felt like I am not responsible. I feel like I'm not responsible for him feeling that way. Just the same way I don't blame him for me feeling disappointed. I just don't know what more there was to say. I told him he's free to get takeout and that I wasn't mad at him for not liking my dish. Maybe I did have a bad time, but it might be because I was disappointed. Please help me because I have no idea if I was in the wrong or not. No, because you told him if you don't want to eat it, just go get takeout. And I'm pretty sure you said that. I'm pretty sure he said that he didn't like it. Hold on, we're gonna read it again. So here we go. Sorry about that. So I told him ahead of time that if he didn't end up liking it, and this was before she started cooking and before they even talked, he can order out. So there was already a solution to the argument before it even happened. And he's ended up trying it and then said he just didn't like tofu before he even tried it or something like that. So no, you're not the asshole. You already gave a solution before he even tried it, and yet he still picked an argument with you and essentially was like guilt tripping you into making him feel better about his argument. That's how I'm piecing it together. But you're definitely not the arsehole. The other person is the boyfriend. Yeah, it's just he's definitely the arsehole. You're not. Let's see what the comments say. One of the comments say he's literally just sad about not getting Taco Bell. Childlike behavior. 100%. Another one says it's not your job to help him regulate his emotions. Tell him to grow up, not the arsehole. Another one said, is your boyfriend 12? Genuine question. That's a good question. Someone else said, not the arsehole. How old are you guys? He's super inconsiderate. Everyone's just calling him childish. That's what I believe. I think he's childish, just because he decided to pick an argument before there was already solution before the argument could even happen. So yeah, he's definitely a child. If he's going to continue acting like this, if you guys haven't really had any problems besides this, continue dating or whatever you decide to do. But if he's continued to act like this, I just wouldn't be with them. They're not the right person. So we're going to go to a Bible verse, and it's James 1:19. So this Bible verse would be suited for this situation. So, my dear brothers and sisters, understand this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. 100%. I don't know who this would apply to. I believe it would apply to the person that's going through the situation. Just be quick to listen instead of, just reacting straight away. But yeah, you're definitely not the asshole. So we're moving on to the second story of today, which is Am I the Asshole? My husband doesn't think having parents to stay should be a house buying consideration. I don't get what that means. But anyway, let's jump straight into it. Also, before we actually jump into it, please like the video if you're enjoying the stories. Also, press the notification bell if you do subscribe. It's totally free, obviously, you guys, and it's totally up to you. You don't even have to like or subscribe. Also, comment down below. As I said, you don't have to, but it does help out the channel. So let's jump straight into a throwaway account. I, 41 female, live with my husband, 45 male, in a UK seaside holiday destination. We've been looking to move house for a couple of years, and I thought we had similar considerations. We spiraled into an argument today over my dream, quotation marks, of having a house where our extended family could come for beach holidays, even while we were working. My husband is an introvert who works remotely. I am an ambivert who can only, I don't know what that word actually means, but, I figured it out. Work from home 1 day a week. So this dream of mine would mean having a house where he could be at work undisturbed by any family who might come to stay. I was thinking garden, office, or something like that. We've talked about this sort of thing before, but I didn't realize he had a problem with my parents staying. He said he's fine with either of our siblings and their family staying whenever they'll be out in the day, but he doesn't want my parents in the house while he's working. He lives. His parents. People really need to learn English. His parents live 5 minutes away. Mine are 3.5 hours away. For context, my parents did walk behind him on a video call once. He was in the kitchen instead of his office and rang the doorbell after I asked him not to when I was on one another time. Sorry, this English is really confusing me. I had given them a key, so he says he doesn't trust them. I had given them a key. So he says he doesn't trust them, not to interrupt him. They've never gone out of their way to disturb. The few times I can recall having been accidents. He says that having a dream where my parents can come to stay whenever they like while he's at work from home and I'm out at the office means I'm only happy when he's being made uncomfortable. To be clear, they wouldn't be coming unannounced or anything like that. My example is there's a heat wave forecast and I can't take the time off, but they want to come down to the beach. The two main things we're arguing about and the reason I am here are, and I'm glad I can stop here for a sec because there's a semicolon or there's a colon, whatever you want to call it. This story is really confusing me, so I'm glad there's actually 2 dot points to explain why she's writing the story to begin with. I know that there's an argument and everything like that, but I'm just confused as to why this story is on here to begin with. Anyway, so number 1, he said buying a house with other people in mind is stupid. I agree, I shouldn't have said it was priority and have apologized. I clarified that I want us to find a house that perfects it for our needs and then share it with the people we love. We're fortunate to live in a holiday destination and I'd love to share that good fortune, particularly with my parents while they're still alive. They're in their 70s. He can't understand why I'd want my parents to stay while I'm out working in the day, that it's not really spending time with them. He thinks my reasoning is irrational and that if I try to explain to anyone, they agree with him. So here goes. While most of the time I can take days off when my parents visit, they're retired and could visit more often. It's a long drive, so them coming for a longer stay less often makes it more worth it for them and less tiring. A week instead of a week and not weeks, / month. For me, it would give the illusion of them living nearby for a while. I know this part sounds silly, but I like the idea of them being around after work. I'd rather see them all day, but seeing them after work a bit more often would make it feel like they were close by. So am I the asshole, and how can I approach a compromise? If you wanted your parents to live with you or stay with you that often, just move back into their house. I'm gonna say you're not really compromising. You're like trying to almost force your husband into this decision. You're not really giving it, like he said, he's not comfortable with this, and because he's the husband and he should be the head of the household, he should have ultimate decision, or you should be able to come to some sort of compromisation. But you're, by the sounds of it, not willing to compromise. That's just what I'm getting from this. Maybe the comments say different. Maybe I'm just confused by this story, or maybe they're both the assholes. We don't know. So we're gonna go to the comments, and I am gonna start reading the comments again because the episodes have been a bit short. So someone says, "You're the asshole. He doesn't want your parents staying at the house. The majority of people don't enjoy their in-laws staying, to be honest." Okay, I don't know if I agree with that, but most people don't. But I wouldn't mind if I had, in-laws. Someone else says, "Yeah, I'm good for a day visit or an overnight stay. After that, I want you to go home. Not everyone wants or enjoys long-term guests." 100%. So men just, to be honest, anyone that's a woman listening to this, men just want peace. They just want to come home, even if they work from home, to be able to sit on the couch in peace. Have a beer or whatever it is that they do after work, not come home to their parents. Like, I know that they're only visiting, but if they're visiting for such a long time, yeah, it's just, men don't want that. And that's just coming from experience. That's coming from a man. So, yeah, I don't know whether I'm an asshole for saying that, but that's just my opinion. And it's everything written on Reddit is an opinion. It's not written by a doctor, so just take it at face value. But I'm guessing these are people that have, experiences themselves. So I would listen to them with a grain of salt, but I'd still listen to them in a way, like, yeah, just with a grain of salt. So someone else says, "You're the asshole. Just because it was an accident when they interrupted him doesn't make it less of an interruption. As someone that works from home full time, having anyone extra in the house is a disruption. Go to the kitchen to make lunch. Someone else is there. Try to make a call. Someone walks through. Go grab a cup of coffee. Someone is in the way or wants to chat. They're your parents. They're yours to entertain." 100%. I didn't even, I should have picked that up because I was reading the story, but I didn't really pick up on that. That makes 100%, like, that just makes 100% sense. So we're not going to read any more comments, but yeah, we're going to go to the Bible verse, which is Ephesians 4:2, which is, "With all humility and gentleness, with patience bearing with one another in love." Yeah, so just continue to talk to your husband. If you really want to do it, and you can't come to compromise, just don't do it. Don't just go out of your way and do it. A decision is ultimately two people coming together to agree on the same thing. That's what I'm getting from the point of a decision. If you're not coming to a point of two people can agree with the same thing, then it's not a decision, and yeah, it's not a good marriage. But yeah, we're going to jump into the next story, which is, "Am I the arsehole for not doing my brother's laundry?" Except for the first story, the story I just read and the next story that I'm about to read, both got badges. That one did get an arsehole badge, and this one got the not an arsehole badge. This one's a bit of a shorter story, and it says, "Am I the arsehole for not doing my brother's laundry? I am 23 years old and live with my mother and my 33-year-old brother. I do my own laundry while my mum does hers and my brother's. My mum has been in the hospital for the past week due to recent medical issues, so she hasn't been home to do my older brother's laundry. While visiting her at the hospital earlier today, she gave me a list of very specific instructions to follow for doing my brother's laundry. I was a little caught off guard, because why would she be giving me that information instead of my brother? It seems to me that she expects me to do my brother's laundry for him now that she isn't able to, instead of my brother just doing it himself. Am I the asshole if I don't do his laundry? He's an adult man. Why is his younger sister expected to do it for him? Wow. You're not the asshole. Your brother's just lazy. We don't even know if he works or not. And it seems like your brother's toxic, because why is your mother getting you to do the laundry unless your brother reacts in like a certain way? You're definitely not the asshole. I don't know. I don't think anyone in this situation is an asshole. But yeah, I just think the brother is, the brother is very like could react. I don't know the past of this family or whatnot, but it to me it seems like the brother reacts in like a certain way if things aren't done his way or something like that, or he's just lazy or something along those lines. But yeah, definitely not the arsehole. We're gonna go to some comments down below. I won't be screenshotting the comments because it'll just take forever to screenshot and edit and all that kind of stuff. So let's continue. Not the arsehole. End the cycle of enabling. 100%. I agree with that. And then OP comments down below saying, end the cycle of enabling is exactly what I need to do. Someone else says, my 12-year-old son has been doing his own laundry for years. I'm sorry your brother is developmentally delayed, or is he just a useless waste of space? Wow, they're very heavy words. Someone else... oh, wow. So... to the original comment of saying end the cycle of enabling, someone else commented for that saying and start the washing cycle. Oh, that's hilarious. Someone else said obviously because it is a woman's job. Wow, we don't live in the 30s anymore. Dear brother, you are 30 and my mother is in hospital. She has given me the instructions you need to do your laundry. It is not rocket science. You will manage and you are 30. You will keep it up because you want to take some easy work away from your mother. Okay, that's a good way of putting it, but as I said before, we don't know how the brother, acts or reacts. Maybe the mum's scared of giving something for the brother to do, like chores and stuff like that, even though he's older than the sister, because he like, it doesn't say in the story, but he himself might react in some sort of way. Maybe there was other situations where that's, he's reacted violently or something like that, or abusive. We're gonna jump into a Bible verse, which is Galatians 6:2. Carry one another's burdens. In this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. I don't know how exactly that would apply to that story, but I guess this is for the OP to actually just do the washing. Like, you are younger, but the brother should stop being, lazy, or, if, I don't know I don't know how the brother usually acts. That's why I'm like, it could potentially be because he reacts in, certain ways, like abusive or violent or something along those lines, is the reason why the mother is giving the daughter the list to do, or giving OP the list to do, or whatever. But it could also be because he's lazy, or incompetent. And if he's incompetent, then that's probably an understandable thing, in the sense of, like, he's not able to do stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching today's episode. This episode did go for a bit longer, because I did decide to read the comments. The stories were a bit shorter on one or two. I think the first one and the third one. But yeah, definitely a fun episode. If you liked the video, why do I always do that? Please press like. Also subscribe down below if you are enjoying these episodes. I really am enjoying making them. I'm still going to continue to put them up. Find interesting stories on Am I the Arsehole? And maybe I'll find other, similar groups to Am I the Arsehole. Put it down below what you thought of the stories, and also what other, Reddit groups I should read stories from, like, revenge or something like that. And that'd be a good one to actually talk about, because this comes from a Christian perspective. Give advice on what not to do in those situations, and if it's terrible that you actually did that. But yeah, and even from my own experiences as well. And also, if you end up watching those episodes, if I start doing, the Reddits of like revenge, the revenge group or whatever you want to call it, yeah, put down your experiences. Even put down, am I the asshole experiences down in the comments below, or write one on Reddit and paste the link, and I'll read it for you on whatever episode people decide to put in the comments. Sorry for rambling on. Thank you for watching. Until next time, ciao.